All right, I'm back. So, um, I was talking about um my supervisor at the time. She was a pet. She had EMT training. She had what else? She was a nurse, and all that good stuff. So she was just she knew it was something because I don't take off for work. I They have to force me. Excuse me, to use my PTO due to the fact that I just always worked. Ever since I was 17, when I got my first job, that's all I know is to work. And even before I got my first job, I was volunteering at the school, at the high schools and stuff, being either a um, basketball coach, or not basketball coach, but basketball manager, or working in concession stands, or anything. That's all I did, was just be of service, basically. And so that's where my customer service mindset comes from. Um, so it was just, she knew something. If I said I needed to go to the ER, or I needed to go to the doctor, or I wasn't coming in, something is erratically wrong. Yeah. I'm trying not to be all up in y'all face and stuff and all up in the camera. So I'm trying to be nice because I know this 47-year-old face. Look, I'm having issues. I keep my bonnet on up under my hat so that it doesn't break my hair. Be breaking my hair off and stuff. So, and it's being unruly. Reptar is being really unruly. Okay, it's being really unruly. Okay, so she knew it was something. If I said I needed to go to the doctor or go to the ER, something is erratically wrong, because I usually don't. I don't say nothing. If I'm going through something in my body, I don't say nothing. If I'm dealing with something, I don't say nothing. Keep it to myself. They don't know anything unless I say something. So she knew something was wrong. So that Tuesday, um, I went to work, got up, went to work, and I couldn't get my words out. I would pause when I was talking on the phone, and I was like, I couldn't get my words out. And I just really mustered up the courage and told the person I was talking to on the phone, I said, I'm going to have to call you back. Something is not right with my brain right now. Yes, I told that to the person on the phone. And they was like, okay, please call me back, Miss Allen. Because they knew me. Like I said, I've been working there for almost a year. And the people knew me. They knew me by my first name, knew me by my last name. They knew me. They knew I was there. So I hung up the phone and I told my supervisor, I said, something is not right. I was trying to talk to a patient and I couldn't even get my words out. That's why it pays to pay attention to yourself. Not just your mental capacity, but your body. It pays to pay attention. So when I went to the ER, I clocked out, went to the ER, and, well, actually, no, I didn't clock out. I just left. She was like, no, just gonna go to the ER, because if you need to clock out or whatever, I'll clock you out. You know, normal stuff. Well, needless to say, when I went to the ER, they took my blood pressure. They hurry up and got me in a room. My blood pressure was 300 and something over 200. And I was like, Miss Allen, are you on blood pressure medicine? I said, no. I said, I only have high blood pressure if I'm going through pain, which I am, and if I'm stressing. They were like, Miss Allen, we gotta admit you. Mind you, I work at a hospital. I worked in a clinic inside the hospital. So the hospital, has their thing. And then they have many doctor's offices. So I worked inside of a clinic that was in the big hospital. So when I went to that ER, that lady said, yeah, we're going to have to admit you. I said, who? And I just, tears started coming down my face. Because every time I go to the doctor, I either have my mom on the phone or she's there with me. I didn't have her then. She died in 2018. So I was like, I gotta face this alone. And yeah, I had to face it alone. I didn't have nobody there. My brother, he came to the hospital up there to visit me, to get me some clothes and stuff, and to bring me some clothes and to, you know, bring me a towel and stuff, even though they gave me stuff to wash off, because look, when I say I could not wash my butt, I had to sit up there. I was hooked up to these IVs and stuff like that. Okay, I get it. I could not take a shower. I had to sponge bath. And I was just irritated. I was ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Not ready. Ready to go. R-E-T. Ready to go. They did an MRI. They did a CAT scan. The MRI. I have a serious claustrophobic thing with that MRI. They had me in that MRI and it was closed. It was like this much space from, about this much space. Yeah, about this much space between my face and that machine. And I had to come out of it because I felt like it was closing in. I couldn't breathe. And then they had this big old helmet on me because they was trying to look at my brain. They had this big old helmet on me. And I was like, hey. I need y'all to get me out of here. I need to breathe. I need to, yeah, I was having a panic attack, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. I was having it all in that little small space. Yes, I was having it all. So the nurse that brought me down there, she was like, well, you need to go ahead and do it. I said, ma'am, I know what I need to go ahead and do. I don't need you to tell me nothing. I said, first of all, you're not claustrophobic, so you're not in my space. I'm gonna need you to leave me alone. Let me calm myself down, and you go sit down somewhere. Because no, don't tell me what I need to do. I know what I need to do. Leave me alone. Yes, I didn't have an advocate. The only advocate I really had was one of the doctors, the head doctors at the clinic that I worked for. She came down there. She was like, anybody giving you problems or anything like that, you let me know. Now, mind you, she has the CEO of the hospital plus the CEO of her department. And she was the head of the kids' cardiology department and obstetrician cardiology department. Yeah, she had them on speed dial. So if I did say something, that nurse wouldn't have had no job. Yeah, that nurse wouldn't have had no job. It would have been 2 nurses that would have got fired the week that I was there. That's a whole nother subject. Yeah, that nurse, yeah. I was so happy it was somebody else that took me upstairs because I didn't want her to take me upstairs. I said, you can actually go. I'll get somebody else to come get me since you got so much to do. And she looked at me. I said, I'm serious. I said, because you don't understand what I'm going through, so I'm going to need you to, with your unempathetic behind, I'm going to need you to leave me alone. That's what I need. And the doctors and the techs that was in the room with me, they were real nice about the situation. They were real understanding. They had empathy, and they got what I was coming from. They was like, we'll take her back up there. You don't have to wait. And they were like, Miss Helen, just take your time, breathe. And they were asking me if there was something that I'd rather watch. Now, Bob's Burgers is a is a pastime that I do like to watch. So I told them, I said, if y'all can find Bob's Burgers for me, that may keep me cool. That may keep me, calm. Now, mind you, Bob's Burgers is, yeah, it's an adult cartoon. It is not a cartoon for kids. Some episodes are, but a lot of the episodes are not. It is not for kids. Just want to put that out there. Yeah. And so they had put one on there that had Louise, which is the youngest burger uh, uh, child. And she was showing out. She was showing out as she do. And she's real smart. But that's what kept my focus to get me through, to be honest with you. If I didn't have Bob Burgers, I don't even think I would have made it through that MRI. The CAT scan wasn't as bad as the MRI. That MRI, boy, ooh-wee. The CAT scan, I just laid on that thing, and it was hard. And since my breasts are kind of, they kind of big, I had to lay down flat, and I had to, I was like, I need some relief, because my breasts up here choking me, they smothering me, and I don't like that. They was like, they smothering you. Yeah, they smothering me. Can you please? I need something to, I understand y'all got to do this CAT scan, but my breast is not understanding this. Because mind you, you cannot have a bra on in there, because you can't. So yeah, they just flopping all over the place and just smothering me at the same time. So I didn't. Yeah, I had to. Overall, the way I got released was because of the discharge, was because I didn't have any brain damage, thank God. Even though I had slurred speech, and it seemed like what I was saying, what I was thinking, I couldn't articulate it. I didn't have any brain damage by the grace of God. And also my blood pressure had went down to normal. Basically, I took two things, major things out of that. Once I got home, I had got paid, and I had went to the grocery store, did everything. The two things I got from that is take time for yourself. Take time to do stuff to make you happy, to do stuff to keep you in balance, keep your mind sharp, keep yourself in balance. Excuse this nail. I did them. This is my last set for 2025. Whoa. And yeah. This one broke at work. It broke at work. So yeah, I have to redo it, but I may not redo it. I might just, I don't know. I have to figure it out. That's another thing. I have to take time for myself to, breathe. Just breathe. Enjoy breathing. Just being. And just enjoying the moment. Because again, I have been working my whole life. My whole working life, I've been working since I was 17. And I've always overworked myself. Yeah, I've always overworked myself. So, and also take time off from your job. Take that PTO. Take the vacation. Take the sick time when you need to take the sick time. Don't deny yourself that, because you need that as you get older. You need that even when you're younger. You need that. Yeah. So, needless to say, no, I'm not on my high blood pressure medicine. No, I'm not diabetic or anything like that. Because after I was off of work for a whole month, I was off of work for a whole month. When I tell you I didn't know what to do with myself, I know this is a long station identification. When I say I didn't know what to do with myself for a whole month, look now, I did my nails like twice, and I was cooking up a storm. My son really loved that. My brother loved it too because I was baking too. So I got back in touch with the the domestic side of me. Um, so I was cooking more, I was baking more, I was doing a lot more. So yeah, I was, needless to say, I was well refreshed when I went back to work. Um, so yeah, um, I learned how to um, do my, because I'd like to meal prep, and I learned how to do my meal prep a whole lot smoother, and I learned how to incorporate stuff that I really like to eat if my brother don't eat it up first, like yogurt and fruits and vegetables, and especially spinach, cream spinach with some cream cheese. Look at here, look, get you some cream spinach, cream cheese. Whew. Okay, don't have to have no heavy whipping cream. If you do, you put just a little bit in there just to smooth it out a little bit. Look here, them to be the best little nachos that you ever had. And it's high in protein, plus it's high in fiber, in your green fiber, and it's good for you. It's good. It's good. Okay. Ew. Yeah. So that's what I learned. Um, yeah. Cause I have a tendency of holding stuff in, and 2023 showed me that I need to stop that. Yes, I need to stop that. So that's what I did. And so when I had that pause that you see me take, I do have some remnants of that, but it's just telling me, my brain just telling me, girl, slow down. You talking too fast, and your brain need to catch up with you. Hold on, slow down, stop it. Okay? I was not having a seizure. I was not. No, it was just telling me, slow down. And sometimes I have that habit of moving too quickly. So yeah. So that's why I say, um, this is something like a video diary, but not really. But I just want to let you know to pay attention to yourself. Be more in tune with yourself. If you are in a relationship, friendship, situationship, whatever you want to call it, is pay attention to you. Don't get lost in that other person. Okay? Um, I noticed about paying attention to my body, and when I'm around other people, when stuff start happening like that's not even like me. I start doing stuff that's not even like me. That's a characteristic of somebody else. I know then I have been spending too much time with them, and I need to get away from them for a while. I need to leave them alone for a while. Um, I noticed that a long time ago about myself. And my mom also pointed it out. Whenever I have been around the wrong people or somebody who wasn't right, I don't know who you been around, but you need to get from around them because you can't come up here with that attitude. Better take that back. You're like, mm-hmm. And yeah, even though she was right, I didn't want to tell her then, but she was still right. So yes, I am under the weather. I feel like I have a sinus infection slash upper respiratory infection. So I'm trying to get rid of that. Um, so yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why I did start that other channel. It was because of my hair. Well, doing my hair and stuff and doing nails, doing makeup. And so I had went to school for that. And I went to school for hair cutting as well. That was the first school I went to, Texas Barber College. That was the first one I went to, but because I was going to get my cosmetology and barbering from Texas Barber College, but they let go of the cosmetology teacher a month in me starting that school. I was upset. So since I don't want to just be a barber, I wanted to do hair and cut hair. I was mad. So I had quit. I had dropped out of Texas Barber College. And then that was in 2000. So 8 years later, I wind up going to Remington College for cosmetology. Yeah, that's a whole nother debacle. So I went there and finished, graduated, got the transcript and everything. Yeah. So I finished that and yeah. So now, like I said, when we get, excuse me, in a better living situation, yes, I will see what I need to do to get my license because I like taking care of hair, not just doing hair. I like taking care of hair and showing you how to take care of hair because that's what I did for many years. That's what I do. Yes, I do braids. Now cornrows, I'm still working on those. My cornrows that I do on my head are only for up under a sew-in cap. So don't judge me. I like to shampoo, condition, deep condition, take care of your hair, and I'm not scissor happy. Mind you, I have dealt with a lot of people who were scissor happy. I'm trying to keep it up under an hour. Yeah, I have dealt with people because my hair used to be, let's see, where am I at? My hair used to be right here, right there, and it was cut in layers, which I did. And yeah, I did. I cut it in layers. And this lady, she got scissor happy and cut my hair up to here. Yeah. Yeah, when I saw she had cut almost all my hair off and it was just one part that was, this part was just still long, I told her, I said, stop. I'm getting up because you cutting my hair. You're not clipping my ends. You cutting. Clipping is 1/8 of an inch. Cutting is inches. How my hair go from here to here. That is not a trim. That is a haircut. hmm And so the owner, I was highly upset, so I had to walk away. Because, mind you, for Mother's Day, I was supposed to be getting a roller set in style. How I go from roller set style and haircut. Okay. So, the owner of the place, she came in. When I say I was crying, and see, when I get mad, I cry. I don't boo-hoo. I have tears coming down my face. And I'm ready to fight. Now, mind you, I was in church at the time. So, I had to go to the front of the building, sit in the waiting area, and talk to God while I had tears streaming down my face. Because I was ready to fight. I was ready to fight. I ain't care who was going to call themselves jumping in. I was ready to whip that woman. I really was. I was ready to whip that woman. I was. I was ready to beat her all up and down through Fluellens. Not Fluellens. Who was that? Who was that? Ooh. It was another lady. Velma Beeves. That's what it was called. If you're in Dallas, Texas, or you lived in Dallas, Texas, and knew about Velma Beeves, look at her. That one woman, she had short hair. I should have known better. Because she had short hair. When I say her hair was short hair, that long. I should have known better than to sit in her chair. I should have known better than to listen to the person who called themselves trying to give me a Mother's Day gift. Because her hair wasn't that long. When I tell you Jesus is the reason I did not go to prison. Jesus and God are the reasons I did not go to jail. Because I would have went to jail that day. I would have went to prison. I would have went to jail. Look. Yeah. That's how bad that was. So for a whole 2 months, I kept my hair in braids. So I had got my hair from here back down to here. For 2 months, I kept my hair in braids. I had took it down, shampooed it, this deep conditioned it and everything. And yeah. I made sure that I got my hair growing back because yeah, when I say Lord Jesus is be a fence, he was a fence that day. He was a fence, a shield, he was a blockade, he was a lot of stuff that day. Because when I tell you, and you might be saying, oh, it's just hair. No, it's not just hair when somebody else cut your crown. That's just like saying, oh, it's just a car, but you going to give it to somebody so they can wreck it? No. That may not have been a good analogy, but you know what I mean. Because it wasn't the fact that she cut my hair. It was the fact that she cut my hair without my permission. I told her I didn't want it cut. If I was going to get it cut, I was going to have my mom cut it. I didn't trust everybody to cut my hair, to put any kind of scissors in my hair. I didn't trust it. I don't even trust people doing my hair. Hold, please. Okay. I'm back. So, I got to get off here so I can eat. And take my medicine. Because, yeah. Got medicine to take. But I will be back. But yeah. So, long story short, I got my hair to grow back. And, it took me 2 months. But I did get it to grow back. I had to take my fry tax from my son's food. Okay. um Um, but yeah. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I did get it. Um, I did grow it back. So I guess when I come back on here, I will talk about um something I haven't something I said I was going to talk about, but I'm trying to get all these videos done so I can have my mind fresh. Um um Caregiving. Now, yeah, that's going to be an emotional one. Um to be honest with you, all my videos are emotional. But other than that, yeah, for right now, I'm just going to end this to let you know that yes. So I do know how to do hair. I do know how to take care of hair. And anything I don't know, I will figure it out. I will find out how to do it the best way possible that is going to be less damaging to your hair. I do my research. And a lot of times, if it's nothing that I'm allergic to, I try it out on myself. I try it out on myself because that's how I give you a more authentic review of what I'm telling you you should try for your hair. Um, yeah, I'm not saying my hair is the same as everybody else's. No, not by a long shot. But I am going to suggest some things, especially since I don't have my own product line. I will suggest things. So, yeah, I have been doing that for some years now. My favorite product, hands down, when I was in high school, well, when I was working at Chuck E. Cheese, that was my first job. Don't judge me. Yes, I was a hostess, a birthday party hostess. Yes, I was. And that was during the time when the Lost Boys, music make me high. Yeah, when they was, yeah, I had my little thuggish ways. Leave me alone. Don't judge me. Um, um, so we did a dance routine off of a Chuck E. Cheese song, and yeah, we had the Lost Boys little dance up in there. So if you ever know, if you know, you know. So yeah, um, my favorite hair product was it looks like it's a 10, but it was called oh god, because I don't even think they make it anymore. Um, I'm trying to think of what it's called. And um, it's like it's a 10, but it was not. It's not. It's a 10. It was. I'm gonna have to look in my old um my old pictures and see if I have a picture of it in my old pictures. It was that, and also got to be root stimulator. When I say when it was time for a relaxer, in between relaxers, that got to be root stimulator. Baby, look at here. Mm-mm. When I say it got your hair right, it got your hair right. You didn't even have to do no pressing or nothing like that. Um, if you just wanted to do a roller set or just wrap it up, blow dry, wrap it up, bam, you got some volume in there, but it's not going to be too your roots was not going to be too how do you say, thick to where you cannot get in it. Look, and I found that at the dollar store, and it was working just fine. And then I think they stopped making it. So, and then another one was Salon Selectives. No, not Salon Selectives. I just got through looking at a picture. It was Motions Herbal. When I say that relaxer that they had, Motions Herbal with the aloe and sunflower and all that, baby, look, I only had to relax my hair twice a year because it wasn't that strong, but it wasn't harsh, and my hair was silky smooth, and it wasn't falling out. Yeah, but I have to find it. Um, um, let's see if I can find it while I'm on here still. Oh, bud. Excuse me. I hear you. 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 I'm coming. I have to remember what it was called. But when I say that conditioner, man, I need to find out how to make that conditioner. Because if I can find out how to make it, yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. I'm going to make it. But they showing me everything but what I'm looking for. Anywho, if I can find a picture of it, I'll insert it. Other than that, for right now, I'm going to get off of here so I can take my medicine or do my breathing treatment, take my medicine, and eat. But I'm going to eat while I'm doing the, yeah, taking my medicine and stuff so I can have some on my stomach. Okay? All right. Got to go. I'll be back.